Alright guys, today we're going to be doing the install of the new radiator. We're going to start by taking the M shroud off, done. Then we're going to disconnect the fans at these points, so that way we don't have to worry about undoing the fan points at the top and messing up all the wiring and stuff. Pretty sure this is the drain plug for my radiator, so we're going to undo that in a little bit as well. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out an oil change while I'm here. And look at that, there's a leak. I've been wondering why it has been smoking lately. Maybe there's a leak. Let's find out. Cap's out, and here we go. There was a lot more coolant in there than I thought there was. Gonna go ahead and disconnect the lower hose next, and then once that's done and this is done draining, I'm going to lower the car to get access to the upper and to start pulling everything off. Next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to pop these covers off so I can get access to the bolts behind here. And you've also got the release tabs up here. One of them's locked and one of them's not, apparently. Maybe that's why my stuff is broken. Just so you know, you need to take the upper rad hose off to get to your fans off. But dude, there's one tough cookie to move this hose. Like this side won't even budge. This side will turn, but it won't come out. Alright, so there's two screws at the top of your fan shroud. They're both 10mm. You can do it with a wrench or with a screwdriver, Phillips head, so it's like this. Alright, so I finally got this hose off, and I had to undo the cover in order to actually pull this fan shroud out, because it's got too much stuff in the way. It's too long, so. Well, I need both hands. Alright, fan shroud is out. It was being an absolute hassle, so what I had to do was I had to push it below, because it kept getting caught on this AC line on both sides, and I didn't want to deal with that, pulling extra stuff off. I had to pull the fucking reservoir off and everything else. Struggling to get this lower rad hose off. Same situation as the upper rad hose. It's just been a pain. Alright, lower radiator hose is out now. Connects to the thermostat. Next is to undo the radiator itself and hope to get that out in one go. Out with the old, soon to be in with the new. Alright guys, got the upper, or the lower and the upper radiator hose reinstalled. I had to trim quite a bit off of this, and it still doesn't quite fit super perfect. Like the bottom end doesn't go all the way in, but the top does, and this side is tough to, it's almost like it's a kink, but it's not fully kinked or anything, so I have to deal with it. Next is the reservoir, and then refilling it. Alright, about to bleed the coolant system. Yeah, for sure. Alright guys, that job decided to turn out and be way more difficult than I thought it was going to. Hoses needed to be trimmed. I had to trim my fan shroud. But I knocked a few other things out along the way. I changed out my HKS, cold air intake filter. And right now I'm just waiting on the oil to settle, because I'm doing an oil change and everything like that too. The filter's changed. Radiator's working good. You know, took a while to, fight some kinks and stop leaks, because of the hoses needing to be trimmed and adjusted. And already bled the air in the system, so now all that's left is the oil and put the fan shroud, or not the fan shroud, but the under shroud back on, and then I should be good to go, you know, hopefully. Also realized that I have a leak either on my head gasket or somewhere else, but there's an oil leak in the back, and that's why it's smoking. Not a bad water pump, not a not a exhaust leak, but an actual oil leak. Alright guys, just got done installing the new radiator. Temperature is looking perfect, normal, you know. Pretty excited that I can finally drive my car again. It took a lot longer than expected, but let's take her for a test drive, shall we? It's smoking up the front of the hood because of that oil leak that I'm not sure exactly where from. Whether it's a head gasket or something else, I can't tell, but so far so good. It stopped smoking after a few seconds. This car really needs a bath, but oh, it's packed there, so I'm just happy because it's finally installed and I can finally drive. It's a little more work than I expected, and I didn't get to go to the dojo today, unfortunately. But so far so good.